It's getting a little nippy in my YouTube short studio, so I had to throw on a jacket. But I wanted to expand a little bit on why it's important to understand the history and the background, the likes and the dislikes of somebody living with some cognitive impairing disease. And in case you haven't been around enough, a cognitive impairing disease can be Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, frontal temporal dementia. There are over 100 causes of dementia. Dementia is a symptom caused by one of these diseases, Alzheimer's being the most prevalent. When you understand who this person was in their, say, early to mid adulthood, when they're raising kids and doing all those things, and who they were as a teenager, where they lived, what they like and dislike, their beliefs, their values, all of this stuff. And you probably know that about a pretty good friend. So it's not that hard to learn about, your neighbor, or maybe a distant cousin who, is being cared for by a different family member of yours. When you learn all of that stuff, you can interact with them so much better. You might be like, I don't know what frickin' decade they're in, but whatever, I'm enjoying this wacky conversation. You're never going to bring them into our reality, into the end of 2025. You might think they're telling you some historical, factual story when in fact it's a mishmash of memories going on in their brain. Just roll with it, because you can't change them, and you can enjoy it so much more when you realize that you can interact with them. You can ask questions when they make a comment that's like, huh? Oh yeah, okay. Just roll with it. Perfect example. I showed up to visit with my mom one day and she said to me, my brothers are normal people now. And I thought, okay, that's a statement. And I must have been like in the right headspace, because I was quick on the draw and I was like, oh really? Well, I think Steven might be pretty normal, but Richard, nah, I don't know about him. What do you think? You think Richard's normal? I mean, I don't know. These are my uncles. What's normal anyway? And we chit-chatted for, I don't know, a minute. And then she was off on another flight of fancy. But I really cherished that story, even though it was very short. And, it was it was a high point towards the end of her disease. That's how learning about them, their past, their history, their values, their likes and their dislikes, makes interacting and engaging with somebody with dementia so much easier and so much more entertaining.